Hey, I'm Silverland, and welcome back to Prison Architect. Last time around, we basically allowed some prisoners to be within the protective custody. And yeah, so that's mostly what happened. I can't remember what else. Um, yeah, some other gangs maybe arrived in. Honestly, it's been a week, and I can't remember. Yeah, I think I just allowed the protected prisoners. But yeah, I just want to showcase something about exactly why we have the this section. Because if you look over here, I've summoned Paul Brown in. And you can see over here, there, those two people there, they have a big target on them. That basically means that they are to be targeted. And look, you can see this is because this guy is a snitch. So what we have to do is to put them in protective custody now, so that they won't get targeted in the future. Look, snitch and ex-law enforcement, they are really going to be moved in. They really need to be moved into a security that's better for them, you could say. But what I'm going to do now, since I'm just gonna basically sweep around over here because I can also see reputations. And also where items are hidden. So what I'm essentially going to do is just sweep around in all of these areas, and look for any contraband that our confidential informant has informed us of. For these are just, you know, this is the easiest way to find everything. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with deliveries. They might pick themselves up. But I'm just gonna be searching. Is it a box? Yeah, I'm just gonna search the box and hope that's it. But yeah, that is exactly why we do have the well, not confidential informants. That's exactly why we have the protective custody. And you can see here that the suspicion over them on them is fully activated because of all the searching that we have commanded people to do. But I'm just going to deactivate them and let time run on. They'll probably get beaten up and killed, but wrong button. Um, they'll survive. I'm sure they'll survive. Maybe, possibly, probably not. But oh well. 'Cause yeah, look, we're finding all of that contraband there, and we have moved the targets to protective custody. Um, because of the fact that they are, snitch and ex-law enforcement, which makes them targets. And ugh, wrong button again. And I think there are more people on their way in fairly shortly, since it just refreshed. So if we just wait a bit, then hopefully a prison bus. Ah, there it is. This here is the prison bus that we shall get. And first of all, are there any gangs on here? Nope, no gangs. Oh, are there any gangs on this spawn up here? No gangs. Um, are we able to see? Okay, so we can see the status. There's a mystery person there. So basically, yeah, it's anybody that's mystery and also or snitch slash ex law enforcement that we really want to transfer over, because we don't know what their reputation actually is. Like this guy, like you can see on here, we can see all of these things. So I realized just now that this is the quickest way to work it out, because look, this has no, and then look, unknown reputation. So if we just simply use intelligence and informants, we know that we need to transfer this guy to protective custody. I'll transfer them all back to minimum security because they'll probably just fight their way back up to the maximum security if they're really maximum security worthy. But yeah, I expect somebody's going to be killed, and we have all these people over here that have been transferred. Have we got a solitary confinement block for these people? No, I don't think we do, which isn't the best. Um, no. Okay, maybe it's them. But either way, does this guy have any reputations whatsoever? No. Why is he in protective custody then? Maybe he did have a... Well, I'm just going to transfer him to minimum because I've deemed him unneeding to be in protective custody. But I'm going to be building a solitary confinement area. Oh, yeah, we already do have a solitary confinement area, so that is good. So, what could we do now? Okay, so these areas here are just being built. I've added a couple of doors into them to be allowed access to. But, yeah. Oh, my mouse. Give me a sec. I just need to change the batteries in my mouse. Okay, and I'm back with new batteries. I also let a bit of time run on since I also had to eat as well in that middle of that time. But yeah, we did a bit of searching using our informants, and we found some tunnels, targets, and some other contraband, which is great. Um, but yeah, so that is good for the informant side of it. But what I'd like to do today is, oh yeah, I think another gang member also came in. Essentially what needs to be done today is the moving on of that, and also I want to start on my long-term plan. Sure. Is I want to start on my long-term plan of, as I said previously, having a section, having a block in. So I'm just going to be planning out for the future. So, right, what I'll do is first, this is going to be the protective custody directly in the center. And yeah, I'm planning on demolishing all of this, but I'm also planning on having the security area within the center as well. So there'll be a center block within, well, just within the center, which is heavily secured, and that will have security thing. And I'm wondering whether this goes on forever, because it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. And yeah, so what I'm going to be planning on doing is, let's say, from about, we could have it around here is all the business for minimum security. Down here is all the business for medium security. Over here is all the business for maximum security. And over here is all the business for super maximum security. Like, it's just in the general vein of like, just in this aspect, in the general vein. And what is this in the middle? I don't know what this is. Perhaps, that might be just planning for, like, the wall, for the towers that we had before. How much does that cost? More than we have, but let's get it anyway. And we have expended most of our money at this point that we had. It's fine, but still a lot of money. Basically means that we can't do much in terms monetarily, which means that we're kind of forced now into the planning, which means that I won't be putting it off. And I just need to, yeah. So let us start with the planning of the minimum security block. So if we go walls, we're gonna have just, it's 6 across, is it? No, 4 across. For the 2x2, and as like it's gonna go straight into an area just for minimum security. So I may have it where I literally just do fences all the way around, like so, as that way they can't get out. And I can plan for a more open area prison. Like, I could do pathways. It'll just be fences going along here with doors traveling down here. And so yeah, this might be a pretty good aesthetic for this prison, although considering the block here. So what I might do is at the center of all of this, I will put um a cafeteria. I'm not bothered about the centrality of everything. This is just the rough planning. So that would be a central cafeteria. And then I could have, I don't know. No, we don't want it back there. We want the block to be somewhere down here so that you have a less chance of escaping. So we could have a massive cell block just down there. And this will probably be expanded a bit more, like the cafeteria will probably be over there somewhere, but this is good enough for now. And then there'll be something like a common room slash, or do we want all the prisoners to be in the same area? Because if we spread it out a bit more, then I could have it where I have a block of prisoners here. I could have a block of prisoners here. And then I could do something like having the yard be out here or something, just in the front over here. With perhaps just some extra fencing along the walls down here to make sure that it's extra secure, perhaps. So walls, just along here, like so. That could be good walls. I'm just gonna speed time on. And then yeah, that could be the. Am I able to label things? No, I don't think so. So what else is needed? I could have all the solitary confinement things and all that be within the central area as well, as that's general. Actually, no, I'm gonna have an outdoor solitary confinement block just here. That way I don't need to build any foundations for that or anything. What else could I do? So that'd be the cafeteria. A common room, perhaps we could have this. A couple of them just be attached, out there and out there. Again, all really rough planning. We're going to need an infirmary, which we could place just at the. We could have two infirmaries. Again, one over here and one over here. Because, I don't want it to be all be symmetrical. What else does this place need? We need a kitchen. That is important. So perhaps we could have a cordoned off section of the cafeteria to be the kitchen. So kitchen. Right. What else? What do we have over here to be specific? Workshops we could build up on. Yards we've got. We could do classrooms, cafeteria, cell block, common room. And then all these specific chapels, shops, libraries, all of that would actually be quite important. It would have to be put in. So maybe that if we expand this out up top here, perhaps. I don't know what happened there, but perhaps if we expand this out up there, And then do this. Then perhaps we could have cell blocks be more like just up around, dotted around, like more cell blocks out here perhaps, just heavy battery style cell blocks. And perhaps we could have like a shop here, multiple entrances around the side for shop fronts. Perhaps a library back there, and chapels just dotted around. But yeah, this would be just a rough sketch plan, and I see the new prisoners are in here. So what dangers? Is it gangs? Sorry. What do the informants tell us? Ooh, mystery. So yeah, um, we just need to move. Basically, just need to move this one guy into protective custody, and then in the future, tough, quick gang member. I want this gang, so experience, character, reputation, tough, quick gang member. Yeah, so they can be moved to minimum security. They'll move themselves up. Um, since that is, yeah, they'll just move themselves up. Uh, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go through all of the current protective security prisoners just to make sure that they are where they currently belong. Since you know, they might have just think like because some of their attributes may have been discovered by now, like stoical character. No, like just that's the only thing. So that can be moved to minimum security as well. But I want this guy here who has unknown reputation, I think. Reputation is unknown, so tab. Right, so yeah, it's definitely this guy. I'm gonna move you to protective custody. Just like that. And I'm now gonna go through all of our prisoners and make all of our protective security prisoners and make sure they are where they should be. Okay, I've seriously narrowed the number of people who are in protective, but that's perfectly fine. It's not like it makes too much of a difference. But yeah, what was I about to do? What was I in the middle of doing, rather? Yeah, I was planning out some of this area here. I might honestly start building some of this, you know, because the inside fence isn't that big of an issue. Um, but I'd need to plan this out a bit better. So I know that I want what I want to do for a general overview. So it will be that it's literally just cell block, cell block, cell block, cell block, and then cafeteria in the center, like this. I'm just gonna just remove all of this, like that. Um, so cafeteria would just be somewhere like over here. Nope. Cafeteria would be perhaps here. Um, with a kitchen, proper kitchen being extendable out there. Is that big enough for a cafeteria? No. So I'm going to extend this out here, and okay, and down here. That will be the cafeteria, like so. Um, just like, and this will be the kitchen here, because that's probably a better sized cafeteria. We could probably just extend it out on either side as well. So those are the cell blocks. I'm gonna want a common room down here. If I make the buildings close enough, then I can save some space. What are the requirements of the yard? Minimum size, 5 by 5, secure, behind at least one door. So I might just literally, yeah, I might literally just have to plan out a small yard area just out in here, and this it goes straight into the yard. I may have to do that, but not entirely sure. Should be fine, but you know, just in case. A common room. Perhaps we can attach this to literally a few spots down from here. And I might make the cell block more of a dormitory block as well. Perhaps with some cells. Since, you know. So that could be a small common room. Like just about here. And like around this size. A smallish gap, not too big, and then like for the things like pathways, it'll be just like a 2 by 2 pathway in the center of everything, like that. And I'm gonna have a similar common room over on this side. Again, rough sketch. So that can be a common room. That might even be a bit big. Not sure. Um, yeah. So and then I might have another cell block all the way at the top. Up here, like that. In the actual build, or as will be, but yeah, I'm just trying to do an actual rough planning. That can be another cell block. Perhaps these will be actual cells. Perhaps they could just be one large dormitory. That could be a plan. For these areas here to be large dormitories. That can be, yeah, sure. Let's make them dormitories. Why not? That would actually have to be closer to the. That's a bit far in. Yeah. So this would actually most likely have to be a bit closer over here, and that can be a large-ish dormitory. And then what am I gonna need? An infirmary. This can be literally right here. If I connect that to back here, perhaps, and that can be a fairly large infirmary for all of the most likely incidents that will occur. Yeah. So what else will I need? Just thinking off the top of my head. Power area. I might need to build a few of them. I'll just build them as necessary. Um. Hmm. What would be beneficial? Perhaps. Yeah, gonna need a chapel. So a chapel could probably be with the amount of prisoners that we're planning. Maybe around yay big, and then a shop that can be accessed from around all sides. A few people can work in there. And then a good old library can could be extended all the way down here, quite a large one at that. And then a mail room. I could make a mail room like around here. That could be a good mail room. What else would we need? Again, getting to look back over here. Workshop. So, I could make a workshop for the people over there. What else is absolutely strictly required? We got the infirmary, we got that, we got that, we got that. We got classrooms and parole. Sure, we can build a couple of classrooms. They'll be around there. And then parole, they can come in. Oh, visitation. That might be relatively important. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to shimmy all of this over here by a bit. And then I'm going to create a separate visitation. Or perhaps, yeah, actually, perhaps I could make the visitation block right here. And that way I can make it so the visitors don't need to enter the prison whatsoever. They can just visit their loved ones from outside. So they don't need to go through any prison controlled area. Which means they won't be able to drop anything like that. It'll be a lot more secure. Yeah, that should be a pretty good rough sketch of what I want to do in the future. I'm considering building this right now, but we don't have the capital for it. That would be minimum or supermax, probably minimum. I'm not entirely sure. Is this good? Is this not good? It's probably good that we have the visitation right adjacent to the adjacent to the yard. That would probably be a good call. But I'm probably just going to extend this out one more, so it's as square as I can make it. Okay, what's happening here? So yeah, I'm probably going to extend it one more, so that if I just get the planning tool out, on either side, it will be, just using my mouse. So on either side, it'll be 389 blocks, whereas this side is 306. So probably just one more extension, which costs how much? Alright, 240,000. Yay. But yeah, I'm probably going to set out the final measurements for my prison once we have 240,000. That'll take a while, but you know, things do take a while. Quite a few things, and this is one of them. But yeah, I've not done much. It's mostly just planning for the future. That would definitely be my title. But yeah, that is what I'm planning just to have for, and I don't know what's going on with my headset. But with that, I'm gonna end the video. If you did enjoy the video, then please do leave a like, as it helps me understand what you enjoy. And if you're not done this already, then please do subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you next time. See ya.